Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Real Chief here, and welcome back to another review video here on my channel. As always, my name is Mike, and we have a very interesting show, well, very interesting story and a great show at the same time for you all today. So, a couple of days ago, in case some of you guys have missed my story on my social media page, me and my dad went to our local antique shop and did a little shopping, and lo and behold, what do we find? But none other than a new locomotive. And this, of course, is the remake of the 2344 Lionel New York Central F-3 from 1948. And this is, of course, the conventional classic series reproduction. As we zoom in, it's built just the exact same way as the original was. Now, interestingly enough, when me and my dad took this locomotive home and tested it on the track here, it didn't seem to want to work right. So when I ran it again later, I noticed that the front wheels on the bottom of the locomotive, or on the bottom where the axle is, wasn't moving. So I opened up the shell and I realized that there was a wire detached from the front motor here. So I plugged that back in. Lo and behold, it started working properly again. And this thing also has a really great sound system, even though the conventional classics aren't really known for having sound systems at all. They just have like a diesel horn and a bell, and I'll show you that later on in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and review the New York Central F-3. So while the Lionel post-war F-3s aren't really anything to scale or anything fancy or whatsoever, they're very nice locomotives to have. In the post-war period, they made like 10 road names. The Santa Fe and New York Central is one of them. And the earlier F-3s had a lot of great features. This locomotive, just like with the original, has a double motor axle. It's got a metal operating or non-operating coupler in the front. It's got two handrails on the front of the cab, as well as a very beautiful New York Central logo. We also have the lightning stripes on both sides of the engine. We also got a step ladder on the side. And we also have some step ladders on the trucks as well on each side. We got two horns at the top of the locomotive, and we also have these little screen vents. Then we have the very nice crisp New York Central road name on the side, as well as the General Motors sticker at the back. Now, interestingly enough, the remake does something a little bit different that the original doesn't. And considering how these new conventional classic locomotives have the sound system, such as the horn and the bell, if you turn the vent here, this actually modifies the volume on the sound system. So I thought that was pretty cool. It actually took me by surprise when I took a look at this engine back at the antique store. So if we flip the locomotive over here, So if we flip the locomotive around, we can see it's got the two axles like I mentioned earlier. It's even got two switches at the bottom. The one here in the front of the engine is for the sound system, so we can either have the option to have the sounds on or turn them off. We also got the little vent for the speaker. And then here on the back, we have the switch for the reversing unit. So if I'm running this forward and if I wanted to keep it that way, I could just flip the switch towards the lock position and it will lock the locomotive in the forward position only. But if I want to run it forward, neutral, and reverse, I could just go ahead and flip the switch back to the run position. So as an added bonus, not only do these modern era locomotives, including the conventional classic series of engines, have traction tires, But they also feature magnet traction as well, which is very surprising because Lionel hasn't really had a magnet traction type engine since the post-war period of Lionel. And yes, some of the original MPC Lionel locomotives also had magnet traction as well. But 1950, at least in my opinion, was the golden age of magnet traction. So technically speaking, even though this is the 1948 remake, the 1948 version did not have magnet traction. The New York Central F-3s and the Santa Fe F-3s didn't come with magnet traction until 1950. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply power to the track and we'll run the train around for a little bit. But before we do anything, let's go ahead and check out the awesome features on this locomotive. Let's start off with the horn. Now that's definitely one of the best sounding horns I've ever heard on any conventional classic locomotive. And last but not least, let's go ahead and listen to the bell. That's a very nice sounding bell as well. Okay, let's go ahead and roll this thing out. So as always, I hope you all have enjoyed today's little review. This is a very fantastic looking engine and it's a beautiful reproduction of the 1948 Lionel New York Central F3. And as always, I'm always very happy to have any new locomotive in my collection, and the New York Central is one of them. So thank you all for watching today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell down below for any other projects that I upload. So enjoy the rest of the video. As always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in my next episode. Thanks again, and take care.